Hi, this is Curt Robbins. Welcome to the Technical Writing Success Podcast, where technical writers and IT professionals go to learn more about how to efficiently develop and maintain quality documentation and communications that meet the bottom line and improve profits. I'm giving regular show hosts Daphne and Fred the day off so I can reach out to you directly to thank you for subscribing and listening. I am sincerely thankful for each of you and strive to bring you content that teaches you as much as possible in the least amount of time. My father served in the U.S. Air Force and raised me to embrace and respect discipline and rigor. I've written about this topic in my LinkedIn blog. I mention it because it is one of my core values. Without discipline and rigor, I think it is difficult to be successful in any project or pursuit. I'll talk more about discipline and rigor in the future. I recently rebooted both this podcast and also my other podcast, AI for Technical Writers. Both are now weekly, but feature plentiful bonus episodes. In addition, I've rebooted my LinkedIn newsletter, Tech Writing Success, which is now shorter and easier to consume. It features a convenient digest of the articles and podcast episodes published during the previous week, something that my busiest subscribers really appreciate. I've always taken a very neutral stance when it comes to politics and controversial subjects. Typically, I completely avoid highly controversial topics in an attempt to not alienate or disenfranchise any of my audience. I want to be fully transparent. I'm kind of changing my approach and addressing controversial topics a bit more. Recently, I wrote an article and published a podcast episode about how I resigned from a project involving a Chinese end client. I cited how I identify as a proud patriot and capitalist and simply could not tolerate, no matter how indirectly, supporting a Chinese company that necessarily involves the communist Chinese government. I refuse to support any communist government. If that makes me a bad person, I'll wear the badge with honor. It's no secret that I'm a big fan of artificial intelligence and leverage a number of AI tools in my daily workflow. I think that AI tools can offer great assistance to technical writers and documentation specialists. When used intelligently, AI can significantly enhance efficiency and productivity, two areas where corporate America takes great interest. My transparency regarding the fact that I'm a proud American and patriot and my love of AI has quite honestly brought out the trolls on social media. I've been cursed at and accused of being a bad person. Sticks and stones, folks. I will continue to address more controversial topics and take on the swamp trolls. I've never been so pompous to justify this stance with the idea that I know I'm right. There's fact and there's opinion. It's important that all of us are good enough critical thinkers that we can distinguish the difference and engage in mature, professional, and logical dialogue about topics like workplace ethics and AI. With more than 130 blog articles and 230 podcast episodes, I'm beginning to observe some patterns. Tool reviews, which I at first approached rather casually, have proven to be among my most popular content. Because of this, I've put much thought into how I can improve tool reviews for technical writers. Regular readers and listeners already know that I'm a big fan of templates. I created a template for my tool reviews that gives readers and listeners more information in less time. It focuses on the pros, cons, and most appropriate audiences for each tool reviewed, with special consideration for large enterprise organizations, small companies, and individual consultants and freelancers. I want to tell loyal subscribers that I'm continually looking for ways in which to improve the quality of this podcast and all of my no cost learning assets. In addition to messages like this one, I'm also launching a new series of one on one interviews with the most intelligent and successful technical writers and documentation experts. I'm not really into ass kissing and drinking echo chamber Kool Aid, so my guests probably won't include the big names you're expecting. I love to bring a spotlight to underdogs and unsung heroes. There are tens of thousands of experienced technical writers in the world. I'm excited to pick the brains of those who are making strides to improve this profession by building communities and mentoring junior technical writers. Back in January, I published an article entitled 10 Famous Technical Writers. It garnished better than average readership and was a fun project. I learned a lot, quite honestly. In the process of researching the article, I learned quite a bit about the pioneers of technical writing. I'll admit I was a bit embarrassed that I've been a technical writer for more than 30 years and was only now learning about some of these impressive individuals and thought leaders. In response, one of my followers, a leading technical writer, DM'd me and said, I think your article does a disservice to folks that are actively trying to evolve the discipline these days, of whom you know many. I'm thinking, for example, of name one, name two, and even myself. Most of the folks you listed aren't active anymore. Now, perhaps I should have named the article 10 Pioneering Technical Writers instead of 10 Famous Technical Writers, but this message haunted me, to be very honest. It's no secret that I do my best to avoid bloviated blowhards and exaggerated egos. It's one thing to say your article sucks, but it's another to say that it would have been better if only I had included you in it. Wow. After more thought, I decided to make no changes to the article and unfollow this technical writer. If your ego is so big that you take offense in not being included in an article about the top 10 technical writers of all time, which was my intent, I want to stay away from you, quite honestly. My new interview series will strategically avoid giving a spotlight to such people. Let's just come out and say it. It is both unprofessional and rude to invite yourself to the party. Lastly, I've begun charging for my content. Not money, but my content is also not free. I will continue to work hard to provide you with high quality text, audio, and coming in 2026, video that helps you advance your technical writing career, be more successful, and ultimately make more money and avoid being pink slipped during layoff cycles. The cost of this content is a like, comment, and repost. If you find value in my articles and podcasts, share them with your followers on all platforms. That does more than help me, it helps the overall technical writing community. While many thought leaders charge money for premium subscriptions or newsletters, I have always believed in the model where I give you good career enhancing content for no money in exchange for you helping me grow my network and build a larger community. As my grandmother used to say, there's no free lunch. But if you want to continue consuming my content, you're going to need to pay up with a like, comment, and repost. Failure to do so will result in disciplinary action and go on your permanent record. That's all I have to share today, folks. Thanks again to dedicated readers and subscribers. I love you all and will continue to strive to bring you the best content possible to help you advance your technical writing and documentation career. God bless.